full circle as I've like learned that I need to nourish my body and like putting it on this pedestal of like, oh, I can't eat it. But when you restrict yourself from the beauty of food, it like comes back with a vengeance. And then my toxic trays that I refuse to buy these. Like this is such a safe bet, but I'm stubborn. I'm also very overstimulated. I was like, should I get this for my dad? Okay. I can't find the lock for my locker, so I'm just not gonna bring my camera for my workout. So I'll see you guys in a second. All the goodies from today. Also sweetened chocolate, and I feel like I'm definitely gonna have an allergic reaction. We're back to my peak when Moonju sent me a free sample. Literally thought I was gonna be some mega marketing genius. Sometimes I wonder if I drive my downstairs neighbor crazy. Like my presents on one side and then like things I'm packing on the other. Oh my god. I am printing one recipe that I actually swear by. Okay, I hate those like recipe pages because A, I have to jump all the way to the bottom, and B, it literally freezes my computer. Like it doesn't help that I have like 1,000 tabs open. Well, that loads. My friends actually got me the cutest books. Know that I love baking, but I also have like a broken stomach, so they gave me these like cookbooks that have awesome like recipes that are gluten-free. This one's gluten-free and the other one's like vegan, dairy-free. These I'm making for sure. And this recipe, I'm a sucker for like a good old chocolate chip cookie. We have salt that I've been actually trying to use on a cookie, so that should not be a problem. Love language is baking. Like it's my favorite thing to do. That's probably why I have like these, because I need to eat the dough. I was with the family today and I was like, yeah, like the kid pointed at me and he was like, ouchie. I'm like, yeah, ouchie at my face, ouchie in my stomach, ouchie in my joints, ouchie. I'm gonna put up some of these stats, the ingredients so you guys can see, and hopefully if you want to, you can refer to that, or I'll put in my notes, because I'm not one of those creators that can literally talk and be like, hi. So I'm adding blah blah blah. I've tried it. It doesn't work. My ring light here. This kind of looks scary, guys. I didn't feel that pretty with my hair up, but I guess that's like kind of bad etiquette. I don't know. I still have my drink in front of me. One of the best hacks I've ever heard was oiling up the cup before you scoop the peanut butter, because that will help it kind of like not stick. I remember when I used to bake way back yonder when I was like little in high school, and it was like literally my coping mechanism. Like to make myself feel better, I would like literally make cookies for my family. And when I was about, I would do it for my boyfriends, I would do it for my family, I would do it for my class. Like I remember coming up with this like extravagant, like themed s'mores bars, and like most people like bought theirs, and for me I was like, I'm going to bake because I like baking, and it was a hit. I think it says a lot about someone when they plan and like think about like, what can I add to this setting, and just showing like your love. And it wasn't like easy, like it's not like totally natural. Like cooking is not my thing, but the more that you do it, the better it is. I don't know, I feel like I'm rambling. I've never actually talked about this online, and maybe it's kind of cool that I'm doing this now and not when my boyfriend's in the room. I used to have some issues when it comes to like eating and body image. I think it's like what every woman maybe to an extent has gone through, and so it's kind of come like full circle as I've like learned that I need to nourish my body. but it's also addressing the fact that I can't eat what other people can eat, hence why everything's like gluten-free, dairy-free. Maybe not dairy-free in this one. On top of like the fact that I always was very particular about what I ate, I always had a sweet tooth. Like when I had my really bad concussion and I was like home every second of every day, I would eat like a chocolate muffin regardless. Like that was my salvation. That was my vice. Like I have tried every diet in the book, and no matter what, your girl needs a little tasty treat. And I find that like when I'm able to share something like baking with someone else, it just kind of enhances the emotion of like the setting. Like there is nothing that compares to like seeing someone take a bite of something you made. It's just like, maybe that's my version of a gift, like the act of service. It's also cool now that I do feeding therapy that like I can help families like try different foods, and it's always like a success when I see a kid try something new for the first time and they actually tolerate it. Okay, so I got the sugar. This is probably like the fastest recipe I've ever made. Do you know that there's gluten in vanilla? Yeah, what news to me. Oh my goodness. And why I'm doing this right now is because I have to chill the dough, and I just have a feeling that I'm not going to be able to do that all tomorrow. I feel like I want to make more dough with this. Like I'm kind of nervous. I'm also running low on my gluten-free dough, but I have a crap ton of almond flour. I like literally brought out butter thinking I needed it for this recipe, and I did not need this for this recipe. This is like so chaotic every time I like quickly bake. I posted a podcast. It will be up by now, and I'll link it right here. But I feel like there's so many times during the holiday season where I just feel different. When I was growing up, like we didn't really all handle Christmas in the best way, but we also always hosted, and kind of like my contribution besides helping my mom clean was baking. Oh, maybe that's like why I like baking now, just to prove my worth. Okay, I digress. Oh, this smells so good. But if you are someone who like feels like they're so overwhelmed, I would listen to it. It's a really short one, and just like doing things that you still love and bring you joy is so important. I find that like my work is my special interest, but it's kind of like this is a reminder that I need to take a step back from that, or like use it, integrate it in small doses. She's, oh, I wish you guys can smell this. A little waft. Me sneaking a little bite.
Hello, Moto.
It's their little army. Intuitive eating is like when you are just mindful of what you eat. Like you don't feel like you're overeating or you're undereating, and you accept all different types of foods.
Like very mindful, very demure.
Very mindful, very demure.
I see, I understand.
Melt some peaceful butter here. Peaceful. Okay, I didn't film this part because this was a hot mess to convert from grams into cups because I don't have a scale, and I was like reading the conversions on Google, and then I realized they were set for the packed sugar, but I was doing it for flour, so this was just a hot mess. So true, like I could have just gotten the gluten-free pack and been done with it, but you know what, we work from the heart. These are things that will make me feel good and my family feel good, and then I think I mentioned this, but my friend Christina got me a Danish whisk because she swears by it. I actually used one of her hacks too, which is to brown your butter because it makes it like a little sweeter. I don't really know the science. I'm also like not obsessed with how I look right now, but it is what it is. And it's funny I'm saying that as I'm listening to, again, this intuitive eating, making sure Grant isn't here so he doesn't hear my little spiel. Eat like cookies or a lot, and then like putting it on this pedestal of like, oh, I can't eat it, and like certain foods are so real, like being afraid to eat pasta. I know it's like kind of like I'm in a weird position because I can't really eat gluten, but when you restrict yourself from the beauty of food, it like comes back with a vengeance. And when it's in front of you, it kind of creates a cycle of like, I'm gonna eat everything in sight. And like I catch myself falling into that with like tortilla chips. Like, I will go in on tortilla chips when I'm at a restaurant because I like never let myself like have them at home. And so it's just like a desensitization of being with them, being present with them. And it goes through like kind of trusting your body of like, my body wouldn't let myself overeat it if it wasn't something that will add value to my life. Or like, oh my God, I just realized you're gonna hear the washing machine in the background. I'm so sorry. Favorite part is the chocolate chips. The hardest part though about like the health journey and then the food journey is that there are a lot of foods that like cause flare-ups. So for one, the chocolate chips and I don't really get along. Something about like cocoa's really high in histamine, which sucks because I love chocolate, but it does make sense because I would get heartburn at night, and what would be like my little sweet treat at the end of the night? Chocolate. So it's just kind of like, okay, so since I can't eat that, what will be my new sweet treat? And something that like has been hard too is that like in the beginning, it was very much so like, I know I shouldn't be eating this, but I have this drive, like, oh, maybe this isn't real. And then I will literally get into like so much pain. And then I also get like some psychological symptoms, which I could go into about it in another video. Grant will be like, who has been gluten-free for like 10 plus years. I'll be like, so this is what happens. Like, that's what used to happen to me. And so it's been a learning curve. And yeah, so I was just trying to find like good things that you can't eat. So like I'll be chewing in on this dough. Also, I was like, I sometimes do the 80-20 rule or like even the 70-30 rule, where it's like most of the week I eat the same thing. I eat like a jog. I eat a lot of like meats and like fruits. I do like this like veggie smoothie with like rice cakes, but like I'll like add vanilla protein and it tastes like all sweetness or whatever, and then I'll have like a little sweet treat. Maybe that'll be like a piece of candy or like yogurt. I'm a sweet tooth. But then I will definitely prioritize like a day where I'll eat something I love, or like use a little extra sweet treat, or have like coffee with like more sugar than usual. Which I mean, my coffee's a whole other conversation. Grant and I made the executive decision to switch, so we'll be doing these. For reference, here it is. All the notes. This is actually the first time I'm using this as an egg substitute. And so it is, the conversion is like, ooh, looks okay, that was 1 egg. So 1 egg is like 3 tablespoons. Feels gross. 180 here. Butter. Peanut butter.
Watch the movie Christmas Vacation.
You don't want to be in it. Oh. Or do you want to?
And then, well, we don't need it now. Before you go down, something I can put the pasta in.
Wow.
Wait, one more time?
Calamar.
And then, what's that one? Salmon. And it looks really good. see me. I need meat. I need meat.
I have a roasted chicken in the fridge if you want.
Where'd you get that?
That looks amazing.
Then why don't you make your
Oh my
you
God.
gotta eat.
Yeah, I'm gonna make that.
Oh my god.
Oh, and there's salmon.
And
What?
Oh, Papa's gonna like. Papa's gonna like.
Fly it back! She can whip it around
Wait.
corners.
I ain't baking cookies.
But Dad, what kind of cookies are you gonna bake with that? For 5 people?
It was for her sciatica.
One thing, they say the right thing, right, Jen? That's right, you just said that's right.
Does the salt and pepper go in here?
Yes, I don't know where it goes. Oh, this is not my phone, but time for bed.
Amor leaves it and pretends like